3 months ago I decided to quit my job. As a parting gift I worked extra hard to raise our targets. By user GlueMyCoconut 5823. Edit. This does not take place in the United States. USA's customs, traditions, laws, or lack thereof, do not apply. 3 months long notice is normal and regulated by labor law. Long story short, I've been transferred to a team with bad statistics, bad workflow, attitude. Bad everything. It came to the point that when I said to a colleague, please get back to work, there's backlog, it blew into a fight how I'm a princess who thinks is better than the rest. I had troubles blending in with this team. I work and I don't mind it. I hate nagging and complaining. Don't like your job? Okay, cool that you let me know, but you're in here at your own wish. Besides, one time is enough. After a year and a half of arguments, attempts to tell HR how I ruined the team, for making them work, I left my notice at my manager's desk. For the last 3 months of my notice I've been working extremely hard, giving my 150%. Our higher-ups raised monthly targets 3 times already and will do it once again. But this time they will not achieve them. They have never achieved them before I came. Petty? Very much. Do I care? No. For everything they've done to me they deserve it. People aged 25 to 40 acting like a bunch of lazy high school bullies. My grandpa refuses to sell his backyard to developers. By user JGeniaFear. Development has been taking over my hometown. It's inevitable of course, as a lot of people from major cities further up north are moving down here, but it's sad at the same time seeing the fields and forests I used to play in growing up being paved over and turned into condominiums and strip malls. It has also caused the cost of living to increase tremendously, in an area where many people are already struggling to stay afloat, so as you can imagine, my grandfather, an old stubborn Dutch man who moved here and lived on this property since the 50s, has something to say about it. The street my grandfather lives on used to be backed by a massive forest, but in recent years, developers have bought all of the forest and 90% of it has been torn down except for this one, small, probably 2-acre chunk of forest in the middle of this open field where my grandfather refuses to sell his land. Of course this is bringing the developers' plans to a halt as they can't pave and build around this single chunk of forest, so all they can really do is wait for him to sell his land. He has been in conflict with these developers for over a year now, and from my understanding, they are offering a lot of money. Well, knowing my grandfather, for as long as he stands on this earth, absolutely no amount of money will convince him to sell that land. I know how frustrating this is for some people, specifically the developers who want nothing more than to throw up some cardboard houses and pocket close to a milper, but I have decided that when my grandfather's time is up, I will continue his legacy and make sure that piece of land is never sold. That is my petty revenge. Edit. I am usually not this type of Redditer, but I just want to say thank you to everyone for all of the kind words, support, and advice. Reading some of these comments actually brought tears to my eyes, and I will be sure to pass along all your kind words to my OPA. I will be contacting the city to see if there is anything we can do to preserve his forest. Thank you again. 2 hearts, also reworded so I don't sound anti-immigrant. Original wording came across wrong. Shoplifting can cost you a job you haven't even gotten yet, by user PaladineWolf 777. An interesting coincidence happened today when I was stocking shelves at my side job and 2 girls decided to shoplift a few items and my supervisor asked them at the door if they were going to pay for those items. They were petty items as this was at a Dollar Tree, where everything is $1.25. They proceeded to call my manager a racist asshole and a bitch. All 3 of them, the 2 girls, and my soft-voiced manager, were black. They walked out with the items because, as many people know, retail employees can be sued for physically stopping you for petty theft unless you're a properly designated security guard. We've been getting ravaged lately by theft and our location is getting flack from regional for low margins, as our hands are tied. The coincidence came when me and a coworker who managed it decided to grab a bite together at my other job, where I could get us the employee discount. My coworker noticed after we walked in that the same 2 girls were sitting down across the lobby. I chuckled and we started eating when one of them was called over by my manager there for an interview to begin. Then the other one interviewed. After they were done and walked out, I motioned my manager over and explained the incident that happened less than 2 hours prior. My coworker backed me up and she was very happy to dodge those 2 bullets. They are no longer under consideration for a position. Alexa, turn the lights off, by user Cross5Bones. So in the past my girlfriend went in one end and out the other of a deeply unhappy relationship with an ex who was lazy, cheated on her repeatedly, gaslighting and what have you. Anyway, Fast forward to now and I've discovered that she still has access to his Alexa that's connected to all the lights in his house. Can confirm that it's incredibly funny egging her on to randomly switching his master bedroom light on at 3 am, especially when the app shows him turning it off seconds later. Apparently she's taken to absent-mindedly switching his lights on and off when she's bored and waiting for her lunch or something. It's the little things that make the time fly. Edit, typo. You can have the furniture but I'm taking the hex keys and screws, by user upper_stranger8219. My ex and I broke up. We lived together. I sold most of my furniture to keep his, and we used that money to buy new things for the apartment like decor and bar stools for the kitchen. He not only wanted to keep all of his furniture, but 50% of the stuff we bought together. Tried to explain that everything became ours 50/50ths when I sold my stuff to keep his. It wasn't worth fighting over, he was being pretty vindictive, so I said fuck it and let him take it all. I ended up with a desk, a rug, 2 bar stools, and some kitchen and decor items. He took all the electronics including TV, couch, coffee table, TV stand, bed and bed frame, etc. All of the really important and/or expensive items. He also returned all the gifts he got me for Christmas/my birthday, but kept his Christmas gifts, more like, left me the boxes but took the items out of them. My petty revenge. Most of the furniture was IKEA. All of it being built with hex keys. I helped him disassemble his furniture for the movers. Then, I took his entire bag of hex keys and hardware, the screws and whatnot. He put the furniture in storage so he won't notice for another month at least. Replacing the hex keys is pretty simple, but good luck tracking down the exact screws and brackets and etc.